Okay, now I think it should get recorded. Okay, so जैसा हमने will go to part and then मतलब if you recall we have done one exercise on 3D, that is extruded boss option. Or should you people want me to repeat this also? Hmm? Okay, so as usual, first I will select the like front plane. Okay, so let's say in the front plane now I take a center rectangle and I just draw it fluke. Okay, then after drawing this, so you can exit sketch from here, top right, or in the top left also you can exit the sketch. So in both the way, after exiting the sketch itself, you can be able to do the 3D features. So exit the sketch, and now you can see the features option. मतलब highlighted, there are few highlighted icons here. Remaining or unhighlighted into 3D, then you can see the remaining options visible to us. Now let's say in the primary function, we'll deal with the extruded boss. So once I click extruded boss, so it has directly taken this shape. Okay. The reason is it was already selected from here. So this sketch was already selected. So that is the reason it directly took. Sometimes it might not happen. So you can see the option called selected contours here. So if you delete from here, okay. So now, so let's say now if you're selecting, or if you want to visualize this, what we do, we'll draw another sketch. Okay, let's say now if I'm going to extrude boss, so this is how it happens. So this time it was not automatically selected. Then we have to click any one of the line so that we can get into the 3D feature. And the important note point is, if you want to work on, like if you want to convert your 2D sketch into 3D, then mandatorily your polygon or anything should be a closed sketch. So if it is not closed sketch, you cannot draw the 3D object. So only this part is highlighted. So in the selected contours, you can see only sketch 1 is selected. And if, by clicking on this, if you select this, then you can see 2 are selected. Okay. So if you click OK, then you can see 2. So what I do, I go to sketch. And now, since these 2 are closed contours, I delete this line. So it becomes like this is not a complete closed contour. Once I exit the sketch, you can see only one has appeared, which was closed. And let's say if I edit the boss extrude, then you see, since this is not a closed region, so it is not taking the command even though we have selected here. So even though I select here, it will not take because this is not a closed. So during drawing, ensure that you get a completely closed sketch. Okay. Okay. So in this boss extrude, we'll see few more options. So first is this from sketch plane. Okay. This is like an offset. Let's say, so we are on the XY plane now. Let's say if you want to get some like 5 units distance from XY plane, like starting from 0, 0. So let's say I can create an offset and I can lift it upwards. So if you see, this was my original sketch, blue color, original sketch, and I'm raising it by 10 mm to create an offset. So the advantage of this is, let's say, I'll show you the advantage. Let's say if you're selecting this face, and I want to make a sketch on this face. So I made a sketch. Okay. So I draw a rectangle here and exit. And technically, when I start from here, so if I want to extrude it, so it will start from here, or it can go from like both way. You can just change the directions. Okay, but I don't want to start from this face. Instead, I want to start from the center. So what I can do, I can create an offset. Okay, and if I know the dimension of this line, so I can maintain, let's say, for example, I'm just thinking as 10 mm. So you can see I just moved it 10 mm. I can create something around 30 mm of offset. And instead of starting on this face, I can start it from the middle. So see, so this is the advantage of offset. And similar way, not only offset, there are few more options. Generally, offset is more useful. So let's say you have a sketch or plane. So this is the sketch plane we originally start. So that is what the face. So this is the sketch plane in this case. Okay, offset is understood. This is surface, face, or plane. This is like you create an extra plane. Okay, so let's say you have a extra plane, and okay, now I've created a plane which is angular. So now, okay, okay. So you see, in this, due to the dimensions whatever we are given, so it is unable to take it. Okay, sorry. Okay. So you see, since we are like giving the offset using this plane, so you can see the same rectangle which start from this surface has been now inclined. Okay, and there are a few more options. Vertex, vertex is nothing but you draw a line or something, and there you will give it a reference, just to move the design here and there. Okay, तो ये हो गया then, and then there are few more options. So one is we have seen the offset wala. So I'll just create this. And then here there are few more options during the direction, blind, through all, and these all things. So this is nothing but you can, let's say, if I select this up to the surface option. So blind is you give the dimension. Like let's say if you want to move or increase by 10 mm, 20 mm, you can just maintain thickness. This up to surface is, let's say I am starting from this surface and I want to close this at this surface. So in this, I'll select this surface, not in this, in this. So here I'll select this, and you can see it has directly taken two surfaces, here and here. So this is up to surface option. And similarly, you have up to vertex, up to next, through all. If you click through all, then it will take till here directly. So we don't need to give the extra dimension. Like we have no choice for giving dimensions. It directly takes the complete design. And this is again offset from surface. Then you can start it from here, and then you can end it here. Sorry. So this was an original surface. Since I have taken 20 offset, so it has ended here. And this is one thing. And similarly, there are a few more options just to give the directions. Okay. And then this is mid plane. So if you select mid plane, you can see this option. So this blue color was our sketch. And if you see in both the directions, 20 has been equally distributed. So to clearly visualize this, so I'll change the sketch plane. I'll create an offset by 35 in the sketch plane. Okay, 40 in the sketch plane. And then in the mid plane, I'll do it as, if you notice that in both the directions, it is increasing by same distance. So this is the importance of mid plane. So if you see it is a mid plane option. And these are few. Let's say if you see this design, and now we have seen the offset, we have seen the direction. And now instead of this rectangle, you want something like a tapered uh, component or something, or you want to taper at one end. So you have this option. Okay, this is draft. If you on it, then you can see that you can maintain some angle. So this is the, I'll close this. I can taper from all sides. Once I did this, and instead of internal taper, I can taper it outside. That is the advantage. So you can see it has been tapered from outside. This is internal and outside, and this is already explained. You have to select the contours. And this is just to like, you'll see which bodies are selected or not. Okay, this is all about boss extrude. And now today we can see other option called revolve, and then or one thing we do, since we have seen extruded boss, we'll see the extruded cut option directly. Then after this, we'll go to revolve. Okay. So extruded cut is, let's say, if you want to, like, when you will be designing the encapsulating box using 3D printer, you require some slots for your electrical like connections or opening. So let's say, uh, in a simple way, I'll just create a box first. Okay. So what I do, I've deleted this sketch. So and now I have only this sketch. So when I have exited this, I have seen a solid body. So I don't want a solid body. I want to make a hollow box. So what I do, I've edited that, and then here you should have a thin feature. Okay, I'll remove the offset also. First, we'll delete this. giving the smart dimensions. Okay. Now, if you notice something, there is one more option called thin feature. So even though my design is closed, now I wanted to make it hollow. So what I do, I'll select this thin feature option. So it creates the feasibility to create walls, and we can maintain the wall thickness. Generally, I prefer 2 to 3 mm, so I can put it as 3 mm. And then you can increase the height of the box. Okay. Now, if you see, this box is open by two ends. So what I do now, I'll close one end. So for that, I'll select this face, and then I'll sketch on this face. Take a corner rectangle, and I'll close this face. Just extrude. I'll reduce it to 2 mm. Okay. So now if you notice, this is a closed box. Okay. So now uh, I have an Arduino or something inside. Then I want to take the connections from inside. So what I do, I want to take connections from here. So select this face, go to sketch. Like you are now on this face, ready for sketch. So I just take a rectangle I've drawn randomly. Okay. And then you can now go to features. Then you can see the extruded cut option here. Once you select this option, so all the things which we discussed in extruded boss are same here. Only thing is there you are adding the material. Here you are removing the material. So if you select this option, and then so there are also same options from all these things are same, and all these things are same. This is also the tapering one. You can just some taper. Once you click OK, you can see all the like grooves. So this is for extruded cut. So all the remaining options are same like extruded boss. Is it okay? So extruded boss and extruded cut are almost same. Only thing is adding and removing material. For which one? Yes. So only thing is there you are adding the material. So you can see the logo also it is telling you are adding the material with the blue color icon and you are removing the material. So here it is a hollow one, here it is a solid one. Okay. So now we'll see one option called revolve base. Okay. To do that, select any one of the face. So I'll select this face to do the sketch. Okay. So what I do now uh, is I want to make a like a box kind thing here. Uh, so let's, or we can use this spline option. Okay. So now revolve is nothing but it. Uh, we get a material with 360-degree rotation. Let's try it. Okay. So you can see the since I have a closed surface and I've maintained it here as 360. Okay, so you can see this formation inside. So it is very simple to make your beakers or anything in SolidWorks. Let's say I'll make a fresh design. Uh, let's try to do with this. Okay. Okay, since the sketch is open, so I'll go with thin feature. Okay, there is some intersection. So instead of line, we'll use the line itself. So here you can directly make a circular object. And then I can remove, since I know the extruded cut option now, just draw a circle. And then I'll go to extruded cut. I can remove the material. So you can see internally it is hollow. Or to show I can should increase. can make this kind of things. So you can say it as a pen holder or as well, or some glass kind. So you can do any circular object by this revolve option. And in the revolve, there are a few more options. So now, so it has taken the line. So this is our reference line now. So, and then here also there is same options which was an extruded boss. And here, uh, instead of 360 degrees, let's say you want to have only 90-degree rotation. So you can see only this portion can be developed. So these are mostly used for like making body panels, like automobile body panels. See, you can have this 90 degrees. This is only 90 degrees, and this can be panel for something. I can change to 270. Also, I can change to 360. So, any doubts in this? All right. Are you people able to do it? So, you can simply create a small. Maybe I'll create a fresh. You can just create a small. क्या करते हैं? No, we can take spline also. There is no problem. Huh. So we have to make it close. That's it. Mhm. It is like I'll show you. So you can just make an offset to this. Haha. No, I'm just creating offset. Okay. Okay. Now it is closed. Right. And now I'll go to extrude boss, revolve. Okay. I will select this. Click OK. You can see. Is it difficult or easy to make some like anything, glass containers or anything which we use in our lab? It is very easy. Just if you want to make a beaker, that is also very easy. And you can show as you are pouring some liquid from this. And later you can render it also. That also I'll tell. And similarly, let's say if you don't like this design, you can what you can do, since it is spline, you can change. See, you can change it. It's very flexible, huh? See, you can make this coconut, right? So You can make multiple things. The only thing is you need a closed structure, like closed thing. So I'll change this coconut back to beaker shape. No, no, offset I have given just to make it closed sketch. Let's say, so let's say if I am not giving the offset, I'll delete this line. Okay. So initially this was my design, which was not having any offset. So if I go to revolve, okay, once I did the sketch, okay, so I'll delete this, delete the sketch, and delete this. Okay, initially this was my sketch, right? Now if I go to revolve, it will tell me it is a like sketch is open. So sketch is open in the sense it has no closed unit. Let's say I can show you one more example. Okay. Now instead of making offset, I take a line and I draw randomly. So this is also my closed sketch. And now if I go to revolve, now it works fine. Okay. So this is, if you see here, the sketch is self-intersecting. Matlab when it get rotate, so there is a sharp pointer, so it cannot create the closed surface. So instead of this, what I do, okay, let's try for this, or maybe this is also. See, now since it is not, so here it was a pointer, then it cannot create a closed surface. It will be like a sharp pointer rotating 360 degrees. So it cannot make or a 3D object. So once I click OK, you can see this. But internally, if you see, there are some. So I can see internally as well. So I'll just see the internal thing. Since our sketch was having a sharp ends, you can see the internal sharp formations. And similarly, if I'm changing the sketch, so if I'm moving this, so you can see my sharpness. And then if I exit, so you can see this sharpness. So only thing you require in this is a closed sketch. So you make it by offset or you make it by like line, it doesn't matter. Only thing you require is a closed sketch. So similarly, in a simple way, do it all. Okay, let's say okay, this is my circle. Okay, and then so if I want to make a sphere out of this, so it is easy. I'll just close this so you can see. So if you want to make a representation for some molecules or anything, so it is very simple. You just take a half circle, semicircle, and you create the revolve option. Um, let's say if you are working with a rectangle, okay, and just create it half. And I'll delete the remaining portions. Okay, now we can try with this. See, if you can just create an hole in this, or some openings in this with extrude cut. So by seeing this, I remember the like a Teflon which we use in hydrothermal setup. And then we can give colors also to this. That comes at the end of the lectures, end of the session called rendering. So is it okay? So everyone understood the revolve option, how to use the revolve option. Okay, only thing is you require a closed sketch, and that's it. And one more thing, you require the line also. No one asked me why I am using this line. So if I delete this, so I cannot get the closed sketch. So I need a line. Let's say if I do this, see, it is not taking. I'm given the construction line, but when I exit, it is showing me the problem. But when I convert this construction line to the normal line, now again it's okay. So line is required to tell the axis of revolution. Let's say if you're removing this line, see, and you're taking this line as your axis of revolution, we can see the formation of different object. Let's remove this. See, just by changing the axis of revolution, your horizontal revolution has now taken the vertical revolution. And in the case of circle, though, it's fine. And let's say if you're having some intersection objects in between, then you can select the up to surface or up to vertex options. And this is direction 2. So in this case, the direction 2 is not required because it is completely closed. Okay. And this is a revolved cut. So revolve cut is saying, like, let's say I'll select this face, and I want to remove like a from internally. I want to make a circle. I want to make a groove uh, in this object. So what I do, I'll now draw a circle with this center. Let's say as 40 mm. I'll draw the axis of revolution. Okay, I don't want this portion. Okay. Now in this section, I want to remove some part from this. I'll go to features. I'll go to Revolve Cut. Now I'll give my axis of revolution as this line. And if you see this, okay, see, I have created this just by removing. Okay, first let me remove this. See, we can just remove the object. And the same way, extrude cut, as I shown you the options, this control. Let's say if you want to go for 90 degrees only. Okay, okay, for 90 degrees there is no uh, space for cutting. Well, there is no material to cut. Let's try for 180. 180 also there is no space like material to cut because we are starting from this. So 90 and 180 is not having. So definitely it should have for 270. So this is for 270. And 360 though we have already done it. Right. So this is the extrude cut. So you cannot see, let's say if you want to make something design in a 3D printer where you want to make a fine reservoir kind thing. So see, this is a very easy way. The liquid will stay in this, like since it is a hemisphere, so it can completely stay at the bottom. Like it cannot spill outside. So if you are not using this revolve command, so generally what for a easy way what we do is just like we draw a circle and we do extrude cut. You can see the difference between extrude cut and revolve. So if you see, if you compare both the surfaces, it has a pattern like this U kind of pattern, but this is just like a cylindrical, and it comes with a smooth surface, and it is like this. Both are different. So based on our application, we choose we want to use for like we want if you want to go with extrude cut, it is fine, or we can also use the revolve cut. Okay, or any doubts? Revolve and revolve cut are same like extrude and extrude cut. Is it okay? Just adding and removing materials. Hmm? Okay. So you people are able to do it. Not completely. Why? क्या हो गया? Okay. Is it okay for today? 1 hour session. Okay. So next class, like we'll see fillet, linear pattern, draft, and how to create a plane. Okay. These are something different. Like these commands are like, let's say if you want to sweep something from some place to other place by your design, then you can use this swept also. Like ठीक है, we'll see this also. Okay, just these are few. Okay, then we'll close this today and we'll see it in next class. Is it okay? Thank you.